Is that Alexander?
That looks like Alexander.
Cool. Thanks, buddy. Oh, I got an achievement called The Veil.
Well, okay. The adventure continues in season 2. Ugh. Too much, Toby. It's too much.
Is there many episodes? You want to check one out first?
Yeah.
Okay. The Morgue. Hold on to this for me. Thank you. I've not finished here yet. Here I have the police and medical report. The latter is still blank. The deceased name is Father Ernest Glynn, the man who immolated himself. Oh. I see something wrong with the water pressure valve.
Because it's dripping.
Oh. See if the police report is right. Good lord, what a mess. Not sure if I need to cut it all. Skin is all scorched. Cause of death is probably shock due to the sudden burns. Horrible way of passing. Who would leave the man of God to commit such an act? All it means is to file the medical report so you can receive the proper treatment a fine gentleman deserves. The case still puzzles me. If he wanted to commit suicide, why did he do it in such a painful manner? Was he drugged or intoxicated? I should check his stomach for signs of poisoning. It doesn't sound like that, by the way.
What's it sound like?
It's cutting. Have you ever heard flesh get cut?
No.
It sounds like scraping. Alright, the stomach looks fine on the outside. Now I should cut it open to check its contents. Ugh. What's this? There's something strange here. Looks like a piece of paper. Need something to keep the stomach open while I extract that thing.
The gross noise.
Ernest Glynn, Jeremiah Devitt, Alexander I can't read that. Hugo Ashburn? It's gonna be a jump scare. Oh no, was that it?
Yeah, that's...
Okay, well let's do these others on.
Okay.
I thought that'd be a little longer. Francis Baldwin. After being certified of your guilt by a peer jury, find you guilty of the wicked and violent murders of 14 innocent and 6 people. Because of this sentence, I am hereby authorized to execute you at this very moment by hanging to death in the sight of God. Ugh. Would you like to make a final statement before I proceed? Why will you say that I am mad? This is the one guy, right? Yeah, him. You should have seen how mercifully I proceeded. With what love. I saved them, I released them, and now they are in a better place. Do you still believe I am mad?
A little bit. A little bit.
Yeah. Wander in the fog. She's the only survivor. What happened to the others? They are all dead. I would like to talk to her. She's spoken only nonsense since she woke up. Good afternoon, my name is Johann Kaufmann. I'm a doctor. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions? I'm perfectly fine and able to talk, sister. Thank you for your consideration. Now, doctor, I understand you want me to repeat my story. I would be thankful to hear it indeed. I will stay outside if you need me. I am a sane woman, Doctor, in complete control of my mind and reason. You do not dare to question it. I certainly wouldn't. Then I will commence. I woke up in the dark. The room was small, so narrow that I could touch the wooden walls by just raising my elbows. This was after the attack? This happened right after you were attacked. No, I think quite some time passed since that. I can barely remember anything of that while. When I got out, I found myself in my parents' house. I hadn't been there since they sent me to school. Did you see anyone there? Your parents or maybe someone you know? No, they were not in the house, nor was any servant I had known in the years of my childhood. I was alone. I could feel the humid air on my skin and smell the scent of the long time abandoned. I walked the rooms, unsettled by the silence. The place had the bleak feel of ruin. And then I saw someone in the opposite end of the corridor. An old woman stared at me. Did you try and talk to her? I tried to, but she did not answer, and she walked away when I tried to get closer. I followed her out through the back alley into the streets. I got lost in the burg of Aberdeen. Hey, where we were?
No, but this is a similar story, so I'm wondering if it was, in fact, some kind of vision.
The streets were deserted and a thick fog covered everything. I thought I had seen the old woman through the fog once or twice, but they could have just been shadows. Which one?
I don't care.
So the city was empty. Not completely. I met some people, vagabonds, one of which was a priest. I remember a novelist and a boy, too. The priest, where did you meet him? I met him in a stable. Good lord, he has said mass there. Among the beasts. Could you imagine the profanity? The woman had never written a word. She created only in her mind. She could tell the stories, sentence by sentence, with perfect precision. I could even hear a piece of her last work. What was the piece about? Something like, the shadows of the past soon melted within the lands that love silence. Through the fog they walked, found themselves lost. Hoping for a sign from their gods, they set up camp on the beach, where 30 birds awaited to meet their crowned. Came across an abandoned carriage. The horse was long dead, its bones still harnessed to the cart. Excuse me. Was a young man petting the carcass of the animal. Did you talk to the man? He was deaf, but I think he could read my lips. When he spoke, he did with a clear accent. He said he could only listen to the songs of the departed. As I walked, the fog got denser. I could barely see anything around. I finally met the old woman. She didn't say anything, but gave me a cardboard card, then she left. It was the ticket, yeah? One of those used to tell fortune. There was a drawing on it of a veiled person holding a lamp. Then the mist seemed to clear out and I could finally see. What could you see? A barren land bathed in roaring waves. There were thousands of birds, and then I realized there was something else. It was there, it looked at me. The burning dark inside, the shaking, the scream. That vision, that I cannot understand. What is it, Doctor? Have I finally lost my strength of mind? I believe you. I am sure that what you lived was real. I am afraid that I currently lack any proof that can confirm your account. I am sorry. I should leave. Thank you for your time. Wait, I have something else to say. When I first woke up here, there was something beside me. Would this be enough proof? A tarot card. Ah.
So I think episode 3 was all like a dream in the coffin, and that's why there was like a jump, because he meets Alexander in the dream, and Alexander like tells him to join us. And remember, in the dream he said something like, life will soon cloud your memory of this and you'll have to re-find it.
Yeah.
So come find it. So that was him in the dream telling him to come find him. And then in real life he came and found him.
He does not look dead, but just asleep. I barely knew him, busy as he was traveling the world. Oh. What would be of a man with no aspiration for the other side to inspire or lead him? What? I knew it would come to this. Your father was a terrible mess of a man. I am only grateful that he brought you to our home. Soon enough, not long after you were born. I held no doubt that you would learn from his bad example and grow up to be a righteous gentleman. What? Oh, okay. Well, what a shitty thing to say to somebody whose dad's dead. What could there be greater than the efforts of mortals to rise from their miserable condition? Wait, did someone disappear? Was there a person here?
I don't think so.
We'll speak later, young man. We're busy. He was most dear to me. You know, your father was a complicated man. He had a strong character and was stubborn as a mule when he had taken a determination he believed. He had a mission in this world, although I'm not sure he knew exactly what it was. A sorrowful day. Mr. Beechworth was a great man, lad. It's an obscure domain, its secrets taken by man from the silence of nature and death. You are the young Beechworth, is that correct? Your father left you everything, Anthony. The house, his accounts, and all of his belongings for you to receive when you come of age. It is very specific in his testament, though, that you should receive this promptly. His personal book log. These are the memoirs of my life, my research, and my knowledge of the other side. Use them wisely, son.
Okay.
Okay.
Set up for season 2.
Yeah, I guess.
Cool.
Well, I think that's it. Oh, lame. I missed an achievement called the whole story, which means I missed some readable texts.
That's too bad.
Oh, I'll play through it again on my own. It's easy enough. Discover all the secrets. And fail to escape your destiny. Okay.
Interesting.
Well, that has been The Last Door.